Good morning. It's another early Sunday morning. And guess what I'm going to do? Road trip. Sometimes stuff just randomly pops up, and of course I have no willpower. So I'm going to take you along with me, and well, let's just keep it a surprise. I'll take care of the road trip. And then when I get home, I'll show you what I got. I bet you'll never guess. So, yeehaw, let's go. Okay, so we're back from our road trip, and this is what we got. A Robbins & Meyer 12-inch pedestal. This fan was made in the 1940s. Not exactly sure what year. The catalogs are not real available, we'll say. Sort of scarce. But it runs well. It's got some issues with the paint, and I think that's really about the only thing. The cords could be replaced, but they're functional, we'll say. But I'm going to bring you in here and show you this fan. It's really nice, and the story is I found out, sorry about the traffic, it's the downside to living in the city and filming outside. But the story is, my better half was thumbing through Facebook Marketplace last night, and she goes, "Is this worth it?" And I looked at it, and I was like, yeah. So I contacted the gentleman and I said, "Is this still available?" He said, "Sure." So when can I pick it up? So it's about an hour drive. And went over this morning, picked it up. Nice guy, visited with him. And so drug it back home. Real nice scenery on the way over to Kentucky. So we're gonna dig into this and see if we can't clean it up a little bit. So stay tuned, more to come. So up close, you can see the badge. Real nice colors, green and blue, good shape. One thing about the blades that really caught my eye, he had a video of it running on Marketplace, and I could see it was oscillating. That was a good thing, but the blades were perfectly in balance, factory balance. If these ever get off, there's really not much of a way to bring them back. So, all right, so let's look here. It's got some character. That's what we like to call it anyway. There's some paint left. And then down here on the pole, more character. And the base even, more character. But I think we can bring it back around. So I'm going to jump in here and see if we can make this thing marginally better. I don't know. I'll let you be the judge. We'll scratch that. We're going to make it marginally better. Stay tuned. Okay, so here's what I like to do first. Clean it. And I love this magic stuff in the blue can. It's just amazing. So, you don't use this, well, you're missing out. It's good at containing the character. So let's see what happens. First, you give it a liberal soaking. Already shining. My character's screaming. It's like, help. Sorry if I'm getting this in your face. It smells good. Should make a cologne out of this. That's really dirty. So I brought my old man stool out here so that I don't wear out my knees. Next thing is get you some of these good blue towels. Just start wiping. You can get your hands in here. You don't have to take your blades off. Just give it a good wipe down. Knocks that top layer of dust off. Brings that paint back around a little. Everybody's got their own methods. I'm lazy, so this one works best for me. Facelift. If it doesn't work the first time, soak it in. The good thing about this stuff is it'll soak in and the rust doesn't like it. Forget the back side of your blades. Typically no one will pay attention to that. Put it up against the wall. Again, that's cheap. I don't want to cut too many corners. I don't know what it is about this fan that I always liked them, but they're usually all beat to crap or the oscillator don't work. And this one, it all runs good. It's a 2-speed fan. It works on both speeds, and the gentleman was kind enough to let me test it in his garage, and I took a kilowatt. I got a good amp draw off of it. It's about 0.7-ish, so what it's spec'd out as. They put the tags on these things on the very bottom of the motor, where it's like impossible to get to it unless you're really short or really young, which I'm neither. So I'll get down here and wipe this base off a little bit. Oh yeah, that's going to take a little bit more soaking time. And the guy that sold this, super nice guy. Could have sat and visited with him, but I had stuff I had to do. Of course, Siri doesn't seem to want to ever take me the same way twice, so I have to kind of trust her. Got to see a lot of scenery. But I made it. That's all that really matters, I suppose. Now that's going to need to soak, so we're going to leave that alone for a bit. It's looking good. I'm going to do a little more cleaning on them blades because that's what everybody looks at anyway. The chrome on the cage, as you can tell, it's somewhat still there. It's starting to fade a little. Oh, and just in case you guys didn't know or didn't realize, my videos are mostly for entertainment purposes. You know, I like fans, I like antiques, but I'll have a few nuggets of wisdom along the way, but it's mostly just for entertainment. You get some laughs out of it, then you're doing good. I advise you to do research before you take my advice. Anyway, back to work. It's coming right around. I love these big old blades. They're like shovels. Throws out some good air. Got some videos coming up soon. Some of those are going to take a little time to edit, so hang with me, and I'm sorry for the delay, but I was out of town. I did a lot of filming while I was out of town, so some of you know what's coming, some of you don't. But it'll be fun. Okay, so I got it shined up a little bit. Look at that bling. Wow. I'm going to take this back cover off and try to access the gearbox and the back oil port. And we're going to give it some good old lubrication, because who knows how long it's been since it's had a drink. So maybe that'll help preserve it a little bit better. It runs smooth. I don't hear any rattle of bearings. So sorry about the camera angles. I got a new camera. I'm still trying to learn the darn thing. It's so complicated. So I'll bring you in here when I got this back cover off. Okay, so back cover's off. I went ahead and took the little cap off here. Got 3 screws that hold it on. The back cover, likewise, of course it's covered in magic sauce, so it's slippery. You see those 2 screws? They go through the front on either side, so you kind of got to finagle your screwdriver through the blades. Or if you were really, you know, energetic, you go ahead and take the cage and blade off. I'm not. I only have so much time. So what we're going to do, oh yeah, let's look at this too. Little info. There's an oil port up here and this little indentation, okay? And they kind of hide the oil port in the back. It's inside the motor housing, and I don't know if you can see it in that light. If I turn it a certain way, you might be able to see it. But trust me, it's in there. And so we're going to get some oil real quick. Try to do this on camera, so, but I'll probably spill oil everywhere and all over myself. Trying to do this with one hand and hold the camera at the same time. So we're going to give it way too much oil, and we know it's oiled. There it is, and it's running out. And try to get this in here oiled up. Okay, so we're going to hit pause because I forgot something in the shop. I need my grease. And this grease looks alright, but we're going to add a little to it. So hold the phone and we'll be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. And I got this Lucas red and tacky grease that someone suggested years ago. I've had it for a while. I used to get it all over me, still kind of do. But I use these tongue suppressors to get it fished out and smushed in there. So I want to really try to make a good mess. So hang on. Not real great at the filming. I don't even know how the audio sounds yet on this thing. So if you can't hear me, and I've discovered that my voice doesn't translate super well. So apologize for that, is what it is. And if I use any sound effects, I'm going to learn to dial back the volume a little bit. So I'm just going to pack this good and full, cap it off, and wipe it down. I think that's good enough. Nice and messy, like a murder scene. So, since I got you, I'll just keep you here for the rest of the reassembly, so you can watch me screw up everything. I'm trying not to dig that screwdriver into the paint on those blades. There's already a few scuffs on them. Not my fault though. Just over the course of the time it happens. Okay, so pop our cap back on here. Boom. Screws back in here. Dead little spider, kind of scared me. I was told this fan was bought out of an old house and it was stored in the attic. So at some point it got stored up there. No telling how long it sat. Eventually going to try to put a new head wire on here and probably a new cord. I just wanted to show y'all what I got today and have a little play around time on it. There we go, that's capped. Okay, well, let's get this back cover back on this fan. It's still a good camera angle. I'll leave you there. Okay, again, see the two screws? It just slides right on there. And you can fish them screws back in there and start them by hand. That way it don't slip off. Go crashing down to the concrete and scuff it up a bit more. Okay, let's see if we can get this in here. There we go. Easy. Not so easy. See what I'm talking about? I mean, you gotta hold your mouth just right. This one, I think you kind of got to come in from the top, and for some reason on the other side you got to come in from the bottom angle to get it. I am not a professional, so do not try this at home. I always appreciate all you guys' input, so just remember I'm not real serious. I know enough to be dangerous. Okay. Reassembled. Okay, so I'm gonna clean up my mess and then try to move this out in sunshine so you can really see it. And there it is. In all its glory. So that's really it for today. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Decided to take the show outdoors a little bit. It's beautiful weather. Probably not going to last much longer. It's going to get cold. It's going to rain. Typical. So enjoy it while it's here. So thanks again for tuning in to the Antique FANatic, and watch for more videos to come. Have a great day.